Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. You join me at my new desk. So today I thought I would share with you my new working from home setup and just show you how I kind of organise my desk area and share a little bit about, just how I work from home, because I feel like it's something that a lot of us might be doing at the moment. So hopefully you might get some little tips and ideas from this video, and we can just have a little chat and a catch up along the way. So I hope you've had an okay week. I hope you're doing all right. Do let me know in the comments down below how you're getting on. And yeah, before we get into it, if you're new here, do click subscribe as well. I post new videos every single week. And if you enjoy this one, do give it a little thumbs up. I've made myself a coffee, which I feel like is an absolute essential when we're at the desk, when we're trying to get a bit of work done. So we'll have a quick sip of that and then we'll get into it. So first of all, let me tell you where I am actually situated in the home, because I am actually now in the corner of the living room. So you may remember that I had a smaller desk in this corner. If you saw my Christmas home tour, you would have seen it within that. But a company called FlexiSpot reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in trying out one of their new desks. And these are actually desks that can move. So I'm going to show you exactly how this works, but I thought absolutely with the loft conversion happening hopefully soon, I will be creating more of an office space, because I do a lot of my work from home. So I thought it'd be a great thing to get a slightly bigger desk and something that's actually a little bit more practical to work at, because quite often I will sit at the dining table, which is just right beside me here. So we're a little bit cramped at the moment, but I feel like also a lot of us are probably in similar circumstances at the moment with readjusting our homes to work from home. So I'm making the most of the space that I've got, and I've utilised this corner, which is by the window, and yeah, it just got some nice daylight. I can kind of see what's going on in the outside world. Not that much is happening out there, but it's just nice to sort of see what's going on outside. You can see what the weather's like, and yeah, it's just a nice little corner for me to be working in for the time being until things are all renovated and sorted out, and then I'll have another switch up. But the desk itself is this one, and as I say, this desk moves. And what I mean by that is it's actually got a button here, which if I press it, I can show you how it can move. So it actually moves up and down. So it's electronic. So you plug it in and, I better stop there, we don't want to go too high, but the benefit of this is that it means you can actually stand up to work, and you can also adjust the desk to the perfect height for you, which I think is brilliant. What I've realised since getting this desk is that the dining table, although I was quite happy working at it, it was probably that 2 inches too short for my posture, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. But with it being able to rise up, as you can see, you could stand at this and do a bit of work. So if you do feel like you've been sat down for too long throughout the day, you can rise it up and just stand up at it. You could also utilise this then for other things. So I'm thinking maybe come Friday, you could turn this into to a little bar. Can you tell that I'm not drinking at the moment? I'm not doing dry January, but I've been off the booze since New Year's Eve. So there we are, that's why I'm probably mentioning it. But you've got settings on this button here. So essentially what you can do is just adjust it manually. So you can go up and down as well. And then what you can also do is put 2 settings on here. You've got standing and sitting. So once you've found your perfect height for standing, perfect height for sitting, you can do a little shortcut, and then you just press that button and it will go back to the sitting position. Then you have 2 more options, 3 and 4, where you can also add additional settings of different heights. So maybe you've got your number 3, which could be your Friday night drinks, and you want to get it right up there and turn it into a bar, bring a couple of bar stools over to it, you could do that. Or you could do 4, where it's right back down to where it starts at, which is probably about knee height, and that might be useful if perhaps for the rest of the time you don't want it up at desk height, because some of us have different things behind our desks. So I'll give you an example of that. I've got the window here, so I'll put it back to its sitting position if I press the seated button, and as you can see, I've got the shutters here, so it's not an ideal spot to put a big desk like this, because it means that I can't close the shutters. So what I could do is take it back to a number 4 and set that to be at its lowest position, so it can continue down, and then the benefit of that would be I could just hit that button and then it would be easy for me to close the shutters if the plant wasn't in the way. But we won't worry about that because yeah, I've just put all that out to show you how I have the desk set up during the day. So I'll pop it back into its seated position. Just make sure that the shutter's not going to get caught on it. And yeah, I just thought this is great. I'm really pleased with it. And I've got a little discount code for you if you're interested. So they've got lots of discounts on the website already. Typically, I think these are around the £200 mark, but the prices do vary depending on what size you get and what model you go for and that sort of thing. But they've got lots of discounts already on the website that you can use. And then you'll get an additional £15 off if you use my link, which is in the description box as well. So that will be an additional discount on top of whatever deals they're offering already on the site. So if you're looking for something maybe to help your posture a little bit, or maybe if you are looking for a new desk, then I do recommend this one. I think it's brilliant. The only thing that I would say is it's very heavy. So once you actually situate this in the home, it's going to be pretty tricky to move it around. It's so heavy because the legs have obviously got the mechanics in them to move it up and down. So just bear that in mind, and bear that in mind for the delivery as well, because the packet itself that the legs came in was very heavy because of that technology being in there. But it was pretty easy to assemble. It didn't take me too long, and yeah, I'm delighted with it. I went for the white because I just thought it's kind of timeless, nice and fresh, nice and clean, and it's also quite good for taking little snaps on. So if I want to do any little DIY projects on here, it's quite a nice simple colour to use, but they've got all sorts of different finishes as well. So yeah, I hope you found that useful. If you are in the market for a new desk, it's definitely one to consider. And what I was telling you before, let me just take this down to the height of the dining table. I'm just looking at it here. I'd say it's probably about 2 inches lower than how I've got this one. So say it's about there. And if you look, I found myself, so I'd normally have it here, the laptop, and look at my back, and then look when, that's how I'm kind of at. And I looked at that angle, which isn't too bad, I suppose, but I feel like I'm starting to get a little bit hunched. And then if I put it back to seated, or like how I've set it, it's sort of enforcing me to go up a bit. So basically, I've realised that my table was too low. And if you're not looking to get a new desk and you're happy with your desk, you could look at the height of it though, and maybe consider stacking the legs, because I've realised that I probably should have popped even just a couple of books under the dining table legs for the amount of time that I was working at it, just to sort of make sure that I was sitting upright. Because once your wrists are laid flat, that's going to affect the rest of your posture, isn't it? So I'll stop banging on about posture and desk heights, and I'll crack on and show you the rest of the setup here, which actually I've kept very simple, but let me take you through it. So the first thing that I've got is this container. Now you may have seen my recent video where I upcycled all sorts of different packaging from Christmas time, and this is actually something that fairy lights were contained in previously. But I've repurposed it to actually keep my hard drives in here, and also this little thing, which is very handy if you are into your photography, or if you're into filming things, or basically if you use SD cards in any shape or form, because this will actually house 8 of them and just keep them really nicely organized. And I've got a couple in my 2 cameras. So I've got my stills camera and I've got my vlogging camera that I'm using at the minute. And I've just got this one here as well, which what I'll do is I'll swap in this one for like more specific videos. I'll pop them onto that one, and then things like day-to-day vlogs and things that I know that I'll be uploading soon, I've got on the memory card that's in or in my G7X camera. And then these ones are just old ones that I had. They've got hardly any memory on them, but this one is pretty good going. This is a 64 gigabyte. That holds loads, but the one that I've got in my vlogging camera is actually over 100 gigabytes, and that one's great because I know that I'm not going to run out of footage if I'm doing a nice long vloggy vlog. And then I've got one in my stills camera as well, which is 32 gigabytes, and that one's great for stills. And what I do is pretty much just wipe that as soon as I've done a shoot, usually of like outfits and that sort of thing. I will wipe it and yeah, just format it as well so it's properly wiped and start again. But yeah, I've just put these all together into here because these are things that I kind of reach for quite regularly. So the 2 drives that I've got in here, I've got one that's kind of backdated to pre-2019. So that's got loads of stuff on from prior to then. This one I had for 2019, and I've actually got a folder inside this drive that is for 2020. So I managed to get 2 years onto that one. But then I thought That one's probably going to get quite full soon, so what I did is bought a brand new one for this year, which I have actually plugged into my laptop at the moment. And what I do when I do export YouTube videos is, instead of exporting them to my desktop, I do export them straight to the drive, because I just find that doesn't slow my computer down. So I export it to the drive, then I upload it to YouTube from the drive, and it just means that we're not getting the wheel of doom, hopefully, on the old laptop. And so that's that. It is very minimal, but I'm finding that I don't actually need too much stuff at the desk to get my work done. And I suppose sometimes less is more, isn't it? But I do have this because I've managed to crack the side of my mouth, which means that if I open my mouth too wide, it cracks again, and it keeps repeating. So if I laugh or if I yawn, the crack's coming back, which isn't ideal, but hopefully you can't see it. But I've been using that to try and sort that out. And I have a really simple to-do list notebook. Now, you can get these from Poundland, and I absolutely love using this. It's so straightforward to use. It's just got to do, the date, priorities, and then the tick boxes down here. And I keep different pages for different things, but I'll usually do like one per day. I tell you what, this week it started off, it said Monday, and then before I knew it, I ticked off some of the jobs, and then all I do, I just scribble out Monday and then put Tuesday, and the ones that remain, I start them on Tuesday, and so on and so forth. And I just keep changing the day at the top. I am in the mindset this year that if I haven't got everything done, I am not carrying on into crazy hours into the evening when they can just change the day, do it tomorrow. I really am in that mood at the moment. Yeah, I'm just spreading things out a little bit, which seems to be working a lot better. I feel calmer for it anyway. So I don't know if that will continue, because things usually get bonkers as the year continues, but we can try new habits and all that. Then I have this lovely little plant here, which seems to be doing all right. And then my laptop, and then I bought some daffodils from Marks and Spencer's. These were £1. They're British daffodils, and I thought it felt quite early, but I'm just desperate for spring to arrive now, so I thought those would add us a little bit of spring time in here. And then this is a candle holder that I have upcycled, and again, that was in my storage ideas of things that you may already have around the home, and I've just put some nice coloured pencils, well, coloured pencils and regular pencils in here, which I'm not particularly using an awful lot, but I just like them at the desk. And that is it, that's all I've got. I've obviously got my camera usually at the desk as well, and I'll often have my stills camera here too. But that is the current setup. Oh, and one other thing, I've also got my phone charger underneath the desk, and the reason being, I recently did a little job over on Instagram with an energy company, and they were suggesting some kind of really easy ideas of ways that you can save some energy and help with your carbon footprint for the new year. And one of them was to not overcharge your phone. So previously I was charging my phone up by my bed, and I just thought, let's bring the charger down here, and I'll charge my phone up in the morning when I fire up the laptop, get it fully charged, and it'll just be charging up, you know, throughout the day if I want to charge it. And then when it's time to go to bed, I will just take the phone up to the bedroom, but then leave it on the side, and it's fully charged. It doesn't actually waste any battery overnight, so you wake up with plenty of battery still. But it just means that I'm not leaving it on charge overnight. So I've started doing that, and yeah, it's working for me so far. I've also got these hyacinths in the living room that I picked up just before Christmas, and they smell incredible. So if you've got any in your supermarket when you pop in there, or if you do see any in any of the essential stores, it's well worth picking one up because they smell so good. And again, it is just a little sign that spring is on its way, and they're so nice to have in the home. You may have seen as well, I popped this one into a Bath and Body Works candle holder as part of the video from earlier in the week, and this one came in this really cool kind of log shape design, and I think that might be fake, but it looks very real, doesn't it? So I really like that one. I'll definitely reuse that once these have had their day, and pop something else into there. And today my new diary or planner, or whatever you want to call it, has arrived. So I picked this one up from Amazon in the end. So I had a look at quite a few. I asked on my Instagram for recommendations, and I had a good look around. This was the one that I thought would work for me the best. So I just thought I'd show you the layout of this planner. So at the front here you have the space that I never usually write in, to be honest, but you may want to, with all your personal details and all that sort of thing. Then we've got the overview of the year, and actually 22 as well, which can be handy. And then we've also got the holidays in here and all the different dates for the next 3 years as well. And then onto this section, which is contacts, if you do want to jot down any numbers and addresses and that sort of thing. And then moving on to the months, what I really like about this and why I went for this one is it has the dividers down the side, which I find so handy. Then each month starts off with the month laid out in front of you as well, which I really like to see. I find this handy in terms of just really putting in the sort of big things that I need to remember. So I would probably pop in here things like videos and content, that sort of thing that's going live. And potentially if I was going away on a trip, I would probably strip it across the week and mark it up in here just so I can glance at the month and know what's going on. And then into the weeks, I like a week to view, and this one just nicely laid out. This is the one that works well for me. It just goes Monday through to Friday with lines that aren't too heavy as well. I find that sometimes in journals and planners you get a really thick line going across, and that doesn't work for my vibe. So this is what I like. And then we've just got the weekend dates as well, and so on and so forth. It also has a little notes section as well down here. If you want to maybe make any notes about the month ahead or any big reminders, that's a good place to jot those. Let me just see what's at the back. Can't remember if there's much back there. There's just a little bit of notepaper, I think. Yeah, I mean literally just that back page, but that can be handy if you want to write something that you need to refer to regularly. I find that kind of space really good for that as well. I would say, you know, not obviously passwords, but that kind of thing, something that you maybe occasionally just need a little prompt with. That's a good little spot to put those in. And then we have a little pocket at the back as well, and it says today is a new beginning, and that is the mentality for this year. It's not about it being a new year. I think it is going to be literally about each day being a new day. And then, yeah, it's got the elastic here as well, so you can pop that on to keep it closed, or mark your page as well, and then just a nice ring binder. But I really like this one. I'll link it for you. It wasn't the cheapest for the size. I think it was around £15, but I got it on Amazon Prime, so the delivery was quick. But having priced up quite a few, it was fairly competitive actually. It wasn't sort of much more or much less than the other ones that I was looking at, but I really wanted to just go for the design that worked best for me with that one as well. So I'll pop a little link to that in case you're interested yourself. And it had some other designs, but I really like this simple font on the front too. And then we've got a little embossed section there as well. And then I haven't got a candle at my desk because I've been burning up the old Christmas ones that's still on the go, but I had this as a Christmas present, and it is this lovely little candle library. So there's a few different fragrances in here, and what I love about these is they're really small. So I thought they'll be perfect to go on the desk once I've finished all the Christmas candles, because yeah, it's just nice to burn a small one, and also you can mix and match the different fragrances and switch them around so you've got new scents on the go. I feel like eucalyptus would be a nice uplifting scent for the desk. So the other benefit that I'm finding from being at the desk now is obviously the dining table's freed up, so that can just be kept for kind of eating, but also I can dump things on it. So if I'm busy here and I have got a few bits and pieces, maybe I've got some things that I've been snapping or anything like that, I've got a space where I can literally go and get them out of the way. So I mean, that's probably not the best advice, but it's kind of useful. And I've also got the fruit bowl right there as well, so if I want to reach around and grab an emergency banana, I have literally got them to hand. Also, these are still going strong. Have any of you got one of these on the go from Christmas time? They usually die really quickly with me, but this one seems to be doing all right. So although it's very festive, I'm very happy to still have it in the home, because I think it just adds a nice little pop of colour. And yeah, I love those, so I'm pleased that that one's still going strong. But let me know if you are working from home, what is your setup like? Have you got a desk? Are you utilising a different area? Maybe you're at a dining table, or maybe you've actually designed a bespoke little office area in your place. Let me know how it is. Let me know what your setup's like, and let me know how you're getting on with it as well, because it can be tricky, can't it? We have to keep ourselves motivated in different ways. Honestly, I am loving my to-do list and then bumping things onto the next day at the moment. I feel like even if I just don't get everything done, which let's face it, most days we can't do everything, if I just write it at the end of the day when I feel like I've done enough, on for the next day, it kind of clears it out of the mind, and then you feel like you've dealt with it, even though it hasn't been done yet. And I think that's fine. You still know you've got to do it, but it just moves it on. And then don't go away thinking, oh, I need to get all this stuff done and tick it off, because I've just written it down again and I've started my new list. Or, as I say, I've just changed the day at the top of my list to the new day, and before we know it, here we are, it's Thursday, yay! But anyway, that is it really. I just wanted to show you the new desk setup. Let me know what you think of it. As I say, the link for these desks will be in the description along with that discount code if you're interested in one of them. So my plan for the rest of today is to get some work done at the desk. I've got quite a bit to do. I need to do a little bit of research for some bargains. I'm going to be back on Steph's Packed Lunch tomorrow. So tomorrow's Friday, so that will have already been on by the time this video goes live. So if you want to catch up with that, you can head over to their Instagram to see my segment, which is Packed Lunch C4 on Instagram. I'm really looking forward to getting back into that. I'll be back every Friday with them, sharing bargains every week on Channel 4 from 12:30. And also, if any of you aren't watching it already, it's a really nice bit of company to have on, and it's really uplifting and funny, and I always just find myself laughing along with it, which is really lovely to have when we are at home. Some of us are on our own, so it feels like you've got some company as well. So definitely tune in if you haven't done so already. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, do let me know how you're getting on if you are working from home. And if you've got any tips as well, I would love to hear those as well. So please do share them. I've got lots more videos on the way for you. I'm gonna stick, I think for the time being, to uploading on a Wednesday at 4 PM and on a Sunday morning at 8 AM, which is when this one's going live as well. So as it's Sunday morning, if you're watching this in the UK, or yeah, whatever time it is, wherever you're watching it from, I hope you've had a great weekend. I hope you're having a nice one. Let me know what you've got planned as well. Let me know what you're getting up to. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. What do we do to love? What do we do to love?